Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome to our first official episode of Project Beyond Tomorrow. I'm your first host, Nathan, along with my two hosts.
I'm Simon.
And I'm Michaela.
And our other guy.
Thanks for the warm
other guy.
What's going on, guys? Thanks for the warm introduction. No, you'll not be seeing me on camera today. However, I will be the voice behind this show, basically just directing these students in terms of our Project Beyond Tomorrow. Any help, you can lean on me. So before we get into it, let's tell us what the show's about.
So quickly, what our show's about is we are actually making predictions about the future. Now, a special thing about our show is that we actually name each of the episodes after the day that it was recorded. So therefore, we can look at it on later dates and see if any of our things were correct. This episode, we are doing tech. Wait one sec. Tech.
It's all right.
Tech predictions, sports predictions, and just predictions about how the world will go on over time. And I think with that said, let's jump straight into it.
So Simon, tell me about what you're going to be covering, my friend. I'm interested to hear.
So I'll just be covering like sports, just some predictions, a little bit of hot takes in there, just predicting what's going to happen in different sports, hockey, the Leafs, they're my team, other sports like soccer, basketball, football,
For sure.
Just basic stuff like that, yeah.
Nice. And Michaela, do you want to give us a little rundown? Obviously, the world's a very broad view, but what specifically about the world?
The world of AI and like flying cars and all of that.
Flying cars? Whew, we got ourselves a great episode.
Yeah.
This is a great first episode, guys. So Nate, let's go. Start us off the top of your head, obviously social media and things like that.
So obviously, like, technology, it's a big part of the thing, but one thing that we use a lot is social media, right?
Yeah.
Because social media, like, I feel like it's how we stay plugged in this time. So I think my theory is going to be that it's not really going to be run by people anymore. I think it's just going to be fully by AI, like features, like people writing it with moderation, like everything, like post-moderation, everything's just going to be straight from AI. I just think that's a good way that they're going to start introducing it. I feel like that's just how it's going to work.
And obviously, as we're thinking about it right now, it sounds like a very productive way of doing things in terms of the direction the world itself is going. But obviously, we're going to run into problems now. Who knows? Like, for example, last week, Microsoft, they ran into that big server outage, which affected American Airlines, things like that. Just goes to show you how much we really rely on technology, especially social media.
For sure.
Take us further.
I just think that social media, it's just really thing. But one other thing that we use in our day-to-day is like transportation, I feel like we have to we all have to get to work, to school, even to this program right now. I feel like we have to get here, and I feel that, you guys think flying cars are going to exist?
100%.
For sure.
But
honestly, I think like flying cars are going to exist. I feel like it's not too far in the future because we're already moving really fast. Elon's making all these crazy stuff, Elon Musk. But I think that it's not going to be like something that's available to like the general public because they're probably going to be like expensive, and then also like it's probably going to be super hard to control like the traffic regulations and stuff like that. Like think about it, if there's all these cars flying in the sky, like how are they going to control the traffic? Like because I don't know. It just seems like it's way too hard to control. Like if everybody has one, so I think it's gonna be available, but only for like the rich people, not like everybody.
And Michaela, you had a good point actually as we were discussing this episode before we brought it to the air. No, it's not pre-recorded. This is a live episode, but we do talk about things and we come prepared. Michaela, what was your insights on the whole traffic regulation thing?
Well, flying cars, like we came from horses all the way to flying cars. So for traffic regulations and all of that, we're probably gonna have like a screen inside the thing with like inside the flying car. With like a programmed like traffic law, like when to stop, when to go, and all that.
So what you're trying to say, is we have self-driving cars right now. So basically, it should know the traffic regulations by the time we get to flying cars.
Yeah.
Nice.
It's true, but we'd have to tweak self-driving a lot because as of right now,
For sure.
Anyways, we'd have to tweak it a lot, right? Because right now it's programmed to just find the road on the path, right? And like, what?
No, it's good. Keep going.
No, you're good.
Find the path on the road, and I feel that. Like if it's air, that's a whole third dimension that you need to go. You need to go like above and below people. Like,
that's what I was thinking, bro. That's what I was thinking.
And like instead of fog lights, you have like cloud lights, things like that. Pretty cool. Just a little joke, but I'm just cool. So going into it, so we have flying cars. We've all answered yes. Flying cars will definitely be a real thing here in the future. What else? What other transportation methods we got?
I feel like that's not gonna be so readily accessible. What if we did like bullet trains?
Okay,
Ooh,
I could get behind bullet trains.
Yeah, because like there's a few in the world right now. I think there's some in China.
For sure, yeah.
But they're not they're fast.
Yeah.
But, like
They're not
accessible.
Potential fast
Yeah.
where we can get in the future. I think that we're gonna see them integrated into more countries.
Yeah.
They could also be more accessible, like, they could be faster even, like, in the future. Like, we're thinking there could be one that goes all the way, like, across Canada or something. That would be sick.
Yeah, like start in the east and move to the west.
Yeah, you could just hop on and then it would take you, like, all the way across. It would just be sick, like, and it would go super fast.
And then, Michaela, you said you had a good point too, actually. You said, where would it start? I can't remember.
It would probably start in like Toronto or Scarborough, like some of like the big cities.
Yeah.
And then kind of like eventually like travel into like the smaller ones.
And branch out.
Yeah.
And I feel like, obviously, I don't know, I've said this, but the fastest train I've seen in my lifetime so far is the Via Rail.
The Via Rail is slow.
I know
It's
it's
not
not
fast.
I know it's not fast, but like compared to like a GO train, it seems pretty fast. So the idea of a bullet train for transportation would be really cool. To add on to the whole transportation thing, like I touched on yesterday, Elon Musk and his SpaceX company, they were talking about this rocket. You board a yacht that takes you into the middle of the ocean, and there's this rocket, and you board it, and it can take you anywhere around the world in 30 minutes.
But that's crazy. Like 30 minutes?
Yeah,
30 minutes is a
that's
hard
actually
achievable
insane,
time.
dude.
Yeah. So like Los Angeles to Toronto was 32 minutes, and it's like, oh, so where'd you come from? Yeah, I came from Toronto, Ontario, and you work in LA. That's pretty crazy.
It's definitely a work in progress. I think it's possible, just it'll take a few years.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I feel like as we're talking about it right now, these concepts are definitely being crafted behind the scenes, right? Like
Yeah,
there's no doubt
course,
about
yeah.
it.
It's like we're gonna know everything about what's happening.
For sure. Yeah. And then, that touched on our transportation, right? We just had the flying cars and bullet trains was really two that stood out that are realistic in the future. Great.
Yeah.
So,
but like, what you call it? If other than like other than transportation, do you guys think phones are gonna evolve that much?
cell phones?
Cell phones?
What,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
well,
They're already pretty portable in your pocket.
Well,
But like
yeah.
we've already seen the
Bro,
Apple Vision Pro. You think everybody's
imagine-
just gonna rock one of those in the future?
okay, I saw a video of a guy getting out of a Tesla that was self-driving with the Apple Vision Pro headset on. We're definitely not far off from that.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
if everybody has these like glasses that are like a phone and like it's definitely possible for like not even possible, like it's definitely gonna happen for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Just at the rate we're going, like they're already starting to like it's just gonna be like more easier to access and like they're for sure.
I feel like, so as a cell phone, every year major companies release new cell phones, like the iPhone 16's coming out, things like that. The only things that change, for example, are your camera resolution, which I understand it. The basic performance of the phone itself doesn't really change, but I feel like this is how innovation works for future products. So, for example, they had the Ray-Bans glasses that came out, which you wear them and you don't have to wear earbuds, but it plays music, right? So instead of wearing earbuds, it plays through the what's it called, the glasses or whatever.
Yeah.
They also have like ones that are like they have like a camera on kind of like the side.
Yeah.
And then
You can record from your eyesight, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's already a start in like a motion in progress. So as these products develop, do you think that more features will come to surface? So like you'll be able to navigate social media life, your day-to-day life, and everything instead of using a smartphone. It's all with glasses.
I wouldn't be surprised if.
I think that I think when I see it, it's the end of phones. Honestly.
Well, how long until it's the end of phones?
It's soon. Not now, but I think soon. Because personally, like the glasses, they're just like they're already in production. So like, might as well. They're gonna just start going to them. They're 10 times more efficient, and they're probably just gonna, as more features get added. I feel like it's just gonna happen.
Wait, guys, like imagine if you had like a microchip in your brain.
Okay, well, imagine it's real. No, I'm just kidding. But microchips I feel like they're gonna take a long time to fully develop.
Aren't there some real ones right now?
Yeah, there are.
Yeah,
Like imagine if everybody had one.
That'd be weird.
So to be fair, I think the project or purpose behind it was for people with disabilities, right? For them to access some features that they can't without this chip. So in all fairness, I'm definitely for it. However, I wouldn't voluntarily go up and be like, hey, I want to insert a microchip.
Yeah,
I want to be able to pay with my arm. I want to be able to text people.
Pay with your arm?
Well, yeah, the
Bro,
microchip.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like on a debit card, they have like the.
Pay with your
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Thanks, Michaela. Thank you. Yeah.
What?
So
Just go like.
I feel like okay. Listen to this though. Oh, go ahead, Michaela. Yeah, go ahead.
So like honestly, I feel like when like if this comes like into like a bigger kind of deal, when like Usually when kids are little, like, they get their ears pierced or something, but at this rate, it's going to be like you're going to get a microchip instead.
Very true. Yeah, like that's the vision I'm looking at with it too. But before we go further into microchips, I think we need to touch on one of the faster growing things, in which it's like VR, virtual reality.
Yeah.
In all fairness, before we dive into it, I believe that virtual reality was brought here it was used as a gaming source, and now they're trying to develop it into a productivity source.
Well, it's evolving, like
exactly.
as everything is. Like, most things don't find a use until like they find a use just for fun, of course.
Yeah.
But I feel like they don't find a productivity use until you like really explore them, you know?
Yeah. So, for example, like Michaela, you were talking about the whole VR.
Yeah.
What was that about again?
So like, I kind of forget, but like
the IKEA thing.
Yeah. Oh, so basically, like, there's like a game called Roblox, and like, they started this like IKEA like workshop thingy. I don't know, where like people can have jobs, like in a virtual reality like thing, and like get paid for like actual money, not like game money.
But it's in pounds because it's out of the UK, right?
Yeah.
I would probably do
and they're promoting. Yeah, I heard you guys talk about like making meatballs or something.
I'd click meatballs all day for like what was it, like
15,
20 pounds an hour?
15
you get like
bucks an hour,
17
bro.
pounds an hour.
Exactly, it's like
minimum wage,
something like that. It's still crazy for just tapping on your mouse like meatballs.
All I'm saying is I would do that.
Yeah, of course. I feel like everyone would. But
Hot
so
take.
you get paid to play a game inside of a game. That's kind of weird. And then like Mark Zuckerberg, I remember back during COVID when he had purchased Instagram and stuff and formed it into Meta, he was talking about the Meta Quest that was also released too, which is another virtual reality headset. But his purpose behind it was that the idea of the colleagues and groups being away from each other in real life, they were able to group together virtually. And that's where I feel like the productivity standpoint of virtual reality like took off. Do you guys agree with me?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. And then now they launched like Apple's really good at like taking something that's already created and making it their own.
Stealing their Apple's good at stealing ideas.
Yeah, but they like put a little twist on it and they're like, it's ours.
Like from, like,
so they're good at stealing ideas.
Yeah, but wouldn't Apple Car have Windows?
Okay. Thanks for taking my joke. I should call you Apple. I said that earlier. Yeah, good one. But anyways, yeah, like Apple has taken the idea of VR, in which it's obviously a popular thing, so a lot of people are getting behind it, and released the Vision Pro. And it's in, I believe there's only one model of the Vision Pro right now at extremely high markup. I believe it's like $3,500.
I didn't know it was 35. I thought it was close to like 2.
No,
2K.
I think it's like 35 or something. Yeah. And that just blows my mind. And obviously it's in early development stage. Like Nate, you were talking about how it can only do the basics or something like that.
Like they don't have much integration for like other things other than, you know, the default apps like FaceTime, Message, stuff like that. I feel like there's a productivity standpoint from the Vision Pro over like the Meta Quest or something like that. I just don't feel like it's really
$3,500.
It's more just I'd rather use my phone for FaceTime. I'm not gonna lie.
Because
have you seen the pictures? Of, like, the people?
Okay. I'm gonna ask you. I'll cut you off right there. So you'd rather use your phone for FaceTime, in which everyone would say that because that's what's been normalized. However, if a Vision Pro was accessible to anybody and you had the opportunity to try both, would your answer change?
Well, of course.
See,
I mean, like if the technology's there, but at the current price point and like how much.
Okay, price point aside. Like I said, if you could access the Vision Pro, in your hands right now, would you still choose your phone?
But have you seen those pictures?
8.
Have you seen those pictures of Have you seen those pictures of like people using FaceTime in the Vision Pro?
No, I haven't.
Like they're like it's Like I saw Travis. I saw Travis Scott, and he's like pale. Like AI generates your face, and he's like fully pale. His hair's not even there. He looks bald. I don't want that to be on my FaceTime. Honestly, I feel like it needs more. But I'm not Travis Scott. But still.
It's in the developing stages. This is new.
You're gonna FaceTime your parents, and then your parents are gonna be like, "What phase are you going through now?"
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it's gonna take time, right? Like obviously,
I think it needs to go through more development.
Well, it will, right? Because I don't think you can.
It's not like
it's a productivity use thing, right? It's to send emails, make FaceTime calls, text people back, all that stuff. which is cool. The future's definitely looking bright in terms of virtual reality. Now, I'm going to ask you guys a quick little question. In the way that this world is going, do you believe that there will ever be a point in time in which technology will reach its limit?
No. Where you have such small ways to do stuff, like just small, like slightly more efficient ways, like just going up and up and up and up, that I don't think we're ever going to run out. And even if we do, until it's like 0.1 seconds long to do a certain task, I just don't think it's going to happen.
No, yeah, I can agree to that. I feel like as the newest piece of technology comes out, it was designed to be better than the thing before it. Do you know what I mean? Like, so for example, you had the VR headset and then Apple's like, yeah, we'll take this Vision Pro thing and make you be able to do everything with it. That's just like an example. I feel like the next best thing that comes out is to degrade what was out previously, which is considered old now. In which I'm a firm believer.
But it'll be cheaper.
Yeah.
The price point would drop tremendously. And I'm a firm believer in saying that the technology that is released and is new on shelves is like old as of a second. Like as soon as it gets on shelves, it's old.
People are already making new stuff.
Yeah. And there's things that are already being developed that we haven't seen. Like one integration or one innovation that I think we'll see in our lifetime is dishwashing cupboards. Ooh. So you'll basically
that'd be kind of funny though.
I can see it, man.
But wouldn't it have to wash like every single one of your dishes over again? Or would it have like an auto sorting thing that as soon as you as soon as you place it in, it goes down a funnel, it detects what it is, and then like it sprays it, and then like it goes down a funnel?
No, but I just think that the idea of having a big bulky dishwasher takes up
a dishwasher is just an automatic dishwasher.
And we're so accustomed and normalized to having it in the kitchen, if you have one, that it's just there. But you could utilize that space for something else, right? And then you can have self-dishwashing cupboards. So, like, you never have to empty the dishwasher again.
Yeah, that's going to be weird.
Well, everything that we're talking about based in the future is weird right now until it's normalized.
Yeah, that's true. Like, with Face ID and Touch ID, like, I don't know how that's going to... Like, I don't think that's gonna survive. I'm not gonna lie. Eventually, it'll be like person ID, and it'll just detect your aura. It'll detect your aura, and it'll be like, this is you.
And
all right.
If your aura's off today, you don't get in. Your aura's off today. No, you don't get in there.
Dude, what?
Exactly.
I feel like Touch ID is like gonna go away because like phones don't have home buttons anymore. So like, it's gonna
except for Simon.
Yeah, no, I have an iPhone 8.
Why are we laughing at him having an iPhone 8?
Anyways,
Anyways, bring it back. You guys, what if Google ever fills up?
Are we bringing it back or are we going into the future? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, buddy.
What if Google ever fills up?
What if Google ever fills up? You guys ever
maximum
think that's
capacity?
A possibility?
No, there's no.
But like, think about how many people are going to access Google and think about the population growth. Do you think it can really keep up?
Yes, because then they'll keep improving it, bro. Like
I agree.
That's true.
Unless everyone goes into like one like website at the same time, then maybe it will like overfill. But I don't think it's gonna like.
Actually, let's just put this into like out there. When was the last time you ever had an issue navigating on Google? When was there ever an error? When did you ever run into a problem?
When there was like
every single time,
bro. This is
I can't find. I can't find what I want. It won't let me have.
Learn how to search better. It's not Google's fault.
Sorry. I don't want to put red, pink, reddish pink hashtag whatever color code flamingo. I just want a flamingo. You know.
Bro, what?
Oh, like the hex code, a specific color. Yeah. No, I see what you're saying. All right, bring it back.
I had to do that once.
Let's not get too off track here. Let's stay in the present, guys. Let's not.
Let's not go too far into the future. You know, we only can go beyond tomorrow.
Yeah. Right. All right, so I'm gonna ask you guys another question here, just before we
move on a bit.
Break.
Yeah, we'll take a little break. I feel like we've deserved a break. What do you say?
Yeah,
I think so.
Good talking segment. Let's pats on the back, guys. Pats on the back. So, do you believe that AI will one day take over humans?
Probably.
Yes. I think that if we can build a safety towards it, so like maybe like a switch that stops them from doing that, or like a program that just stops them.
Bro, they can override it. They can override it.
Oh yeah, that's true. They are built to learn, so
yeah,
that could be a possibility.
I think it's definitely gonna happen.
I feel like they're slowly just analyzing the human race and how they navigate their life and things to do and stuff like that, and then one day just
Exactly.
AI.
Yep, for sure.
And we're not going to be here anymore. I think we can't let AI get too powerful.
No.
See, I think AI was created to make our lives easier in the workplace. However, if you use it in the school, you can be degraded with marks and things like that. Get in serious trouble. But it was made to make our lives easier. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Now, going further into it, I believe that AI was not supposed to advance as fast as it did to where it's at right now.
But it certainly did.
It did.
Yeah.
I think we can't stop it at this point.
That's the thing. It's out of control, in which it was never supposed to get out of control.
Yeah.
Therefore, the world has like, all right, AI, cool. Yeah, let's just all adapt to it. Let's create AI launchers and within applications. You know, let's get involved somehow.
But that's what we've done with everything in the past. We've just adapted.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, we're born to adapt and accustomed to life and changes and things like that. That's what we do. But with this whole it wasn't meant to scare us, and it's slowly starting to scare some people.
It's gonna take us over one day. You see all the movies where it's like robots all ruling the world, and the humans are the pets. I feel like that's that. It's not a possibility, but I don't know.
No, it is a possibility.
Okay, it is. But it's what the future.
Like guys, okay. Tying in, so I'm gonna tie this in because this is just what I do for a living, smooth talker.
What?
Before we go on a break,
What?
MLB is launching robotic umpires, which have now wiped the jobs of a physical person umping a baseball game. Not at a junior level, but at a professional level, because certain people have not been able to make certain calls. So, when we come back from our break, we're going to discuss and go further into sports. We'll leave you guys with that. And on that note, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. See you in a bit.
So, yeah, the robotic.
Are you ready to turn a new leaf? Looking to save big on this year's fall season? Head on down to Home Depot. There are sales that will blow you away. From leaf blowers to lawnmowers and everything in between, we've got everything a doer might need. Be sure to shop great prices every day. You want your home to look the best? Refresh for less. Vanities starting at $100 you won't want to miss. New low prices, bulk prices, and more. Limited quantities last, so come on down to the store. Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Welcome back.
Yeah. And we are back for, I guess, after our little break. Gotta stay hydrated, you know. And what were we talking about? We were talking about that baseball umpire.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so obviously, talking about innovations and changes in the future, I figured we tie it into our second part of this episode. And that is sports. So with sports, the biggest change that we have right now in terms of acquiring robots into Major League Baseball, the MLB has listened to what the public eye has said due to numerous calls being missed, many fans not being happy with certain calls. So they are going to be, I guess you can consider it a soft launch right now because the world knows about it, but in the spring of next year, next ball season, they will be testing out robotic umpires.
But what do they mean by testing? What if it interferes with an official game? Are they just going to call it a recall? Because eventually, some people are going to be rioted. That umpire did something wrong. Somebody's going to make an excuse out of it. It's experimental technology. Somebody's going to make an excuse out of it.
They were already blaming the refs before.
Exactly. Now they have to blame a robot ref?
The public eye always blames anything for whatever reason, right?
Yeah.
So circling back, how are they going to do it? Well, it's spring training, which means it doesn't really count. It's just to get your muscles loose, get warmed up, get into the swing of things. There's a lot of jokes in this episode anyways. Yeah. So robotic umpires, we don't know what it's going to look like. All we can do is assume and think and, brainstorm some of the ideas. I can tell you, well, I can't tell you because I don't work for the MLB, but I can hope that calls will be much more accurate because it is a robotic eye and sensor. So what are your guys' thoughts on that whole spiel?
I think it needs to be tested more.
Well, it's going to be tested.
Of course, it's going to be tested more, but I feel like it's not ready for professional play.
No,
yet.
It's not. You're
exactly.
Right.
They should play in little league games.
That's why it's in spring training. It doesn't matter. So that this is where they can practice, right?
Yeah.
Anyways, that's a little robot talk for baseball. Simon, if you want to take the floor away, buddy, the court is yours in terms of breaking down your hot takes and future predictions.
Yeah. So,
other hosts, feel free to chime in.
Yeah. So this is basically like, kind of my segment because I'm the one who knows the most about sports here. So
okay. Yep.
I mean, they can talk as much as they want, but I don't know if they will. Anyway, so we're just gonna be talking about different sports, different like predictions, hot takes for the future. So first off, we're going to start with hockey. I'm probably going to start off with, my team, the Toronto Maple Leafs. So
you own them?
Well, my favorite team.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, we just got to be specific. But yeah, okay.
Yeah. So basically the Leafs, this year they picked up a couple guys. They fixed up their defense, Heading into this year, our forward core is not looking great. So I don't have high hopes for them. But the next year, the Leafs have always failed in the playoffs, but next year, one of the reasons why we failed is because we've had 4 guys making $11 million, and they just haven't performed. But next year, one of our big guys, John Tavares, his contract, comes off the books, and we're going to be able to spend the money more evenly around the team. Yeah. So we're thinking we'll look more like a better team with more forward depth, defensive depth in 2026, and I think we're going to make a deep run in the playoffs in that year. That's my prediction. But 2027, I think...
I have the Leafs winning the cup in 2027.
So do I, because the thing is like we've got the experience now from a deep playoff run. We've got a more deep lineup. Some of our old guys are going to be retiring, like Tanev, Oliver Ekman-Larsson. They're probably going to be nearing the end of their careers. So we'll be getting more younger guys. I just have a feeling about 2027. I just feel good. So that's who I think. I think Leafs are winning the 2027 Stanley Cup. Just remember that, all right? So,
remember that.
Nate and Michaela, give me a hockey team, an NHL hockey team that you think is going to win the Stanley Cup, and in what year? Just put it out there.
Oilers 2040.
Okay, yeah, let's remember that.
Let's go.
Remember that one.
I'm gonna call it
24.
2040.
2040.
Okay.
Oh my God. Yeah, if they do, everybody watches this owes me $10.
Okay.
That's fine.
My cup prediction for this year, I'm going to go with the New Jersey Devils. That's what I'm predicting because they're a good team. They missed the playoffs last year, but it's only because they had awful injury luck, awful goaltending, whatever. They just acquired Jacob
Sheldon
Markstrom.
Keefe.
Yeah, they got new coach, eh? They got a new coach in Keefe. We'll see how he does. How he works things out there.
There's no way Kiefer gets a ring the first year in a new team.
That's a total Leaf thing to happen. Keefe wins a cup the second he leaves. But
well, yeah, just like any other player that leaves the Leafs.
Yep. Jacob Markstrom traded first round pick just last month. I think he's going to be great for them. I think he's going to carry the team on his back in the playoffs. Jack Hughes, if he can stay healthy, they're going to be just a force to be reckoned with. They're going to be a really good team. I just have them winning the 2025 Stanley Cup for sure.
All right, so that sums up hockey in a nutshell for us. Okay, Nate, give me a badminton. No, I'm just kidding.
Nobody knows any badminton teams.
I know, you just said you like badminton.
Yeah, I like badminton.
So we'll probably move on to the next sport, and the next one, football, soccer, not football.
Football.
Yeah.
Football.
So most of the listeners of the podcast, they're Canadian, so they're Canada soccer fans. So
I'm here for the Canadian men's national team and women's team.
Yeah,
I'm here for both of it.
So obviously the Olympics are going on right now. I don't really have any comment for that.
The women's national team just won their game today.
Yeah, we're talking about the future.
Yeah.
But in the future, we're saying Canada soccer, they just recently had a Copa America run into semifinals. They barely lost in the third place game, but they got scored on third last minute.
Yeah.
It's whatever, but it was huge for the popularity and the success and the money.
Yeah.
So.
And they moved up.
Yeah.
They were the 48th ranked team in that tournament, and they moved up, right?
They're a much higher rank. On
40th now.
Yeah, on the global rankings. So, there's much more, interest around the sport in Canada. We're going to get new players. We have more money now. So, obviously, we're going to be one of the teams Canada, it's North America World Cup 2026, but Canada's going to be one of the teams hosting. There's going to be games in Toronto, Vancouver,
All over.
Yep. So, I have a feeling Canada soccer is going to progress so much that not only are we going to get our first World Cup win, that we are going to actually make it out of the group stages and into the round of 16.
Yeah.
I think we're going to be in a not a very good group, and I feel like we're going to be able to make it out. For sure, we're going to lose in the round of 16, but that's just such a huge step for Canada soccer in general. I just have a feeling. And for my World Cup 2026 prediction, I'm going to go with Portugal's going to win it all. They've got players such as Rafael Leao, Joao Felix. We'll see how it goes.
I'm going to go with France.
France, Yeah, they already won recently, and they also barely
Nate
lost
and Michaela, what do you
22.
think? World Cup 2026. Throw a country out there.
I don't know.
It's okay. Throw. Give
what
us
do you
one.
think? What do
You're
you think?
predicting.
Poland? I don't know.
Yeah, let's
Poland?
go Poland.
Okay, okay.
Nate, what about you?
Argentina.
Oh, okay. That's
Okay,
that'll be a
back to
hot.
back,
Yeah.
back to back. All right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So
Last year, bring it home again.
Yep.
and I'll do one more soccer prediction for the Premier League. You know, the English league, the biggest league in the world. 2024 predictions or 2024-25 season. Top 4. Usually those teams make it to the Champions League. If you know what that is, I'm gonna say. Fourth place, I'm going to have to go with Manchester United. I think they're going to have a bounce-back season with the I don't know if we're going to sack Ten Hag. They probably won't at this point. They've got no more injury. Like, they just got unlucky with injuries. That's why they did bad. They ended up winning the FA Cup at the end of the season. So, yeah, fourth place for them. Third place, I'm going to go with Arsenal. They were good this season. They were in the title race, but they ended up falling short close to the end. Second place, I'm gonna go with Liverpool. Liverpool was they had an off season 2 seasons ago, but they're back.
You know a lot about soccer.
I do. They're back.
I would have never guessed
It's all
that.
about sports.
I do.
Yeah.
They're back for 2023, and I think they're gonna be 2023-24. I think they're gonna be really good this season. They're gonna barely miss out. And first place for another year, Manchester City. Of course, you know they.
Isn't. Well, yeah. Sorry. go
They
ahead.
are in hockey terms, they're a dynasty. They are way too good. They have a lot of oil money and whatever you call it. They are way
Oil
too
money
good.
is
They
crazy.
keep on winning. They win the Prem like a ton of years in a row. It's not. That's just who I think's gonna happen. But yeah, that's my soccer predictions.
Sweet.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So, as I look at the clock here, doing a lot of talking.
Yeah.
Time's going by pretty quick. Do you got any more for us, Simon?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I could go with a football
Let's do football.
or basketball, whatever.
I like basketball.
Okay.
You want to do basketball?
Yeah, let's do basketball.
Let's do basketball.
So basketball-wise, I mean, I watch the sport. I don't watch it a lot, but honestly, I've just got a feeling that the Boston Celtics, they're going to be going back-to-back 2025. They are just an insane team. Their run this year was just, what was it, 16-3, 16-4, something crazy like that. They just almost swept the finals. It was they were just not. It wasn't fair. They're a crazy good team. Like they're just. I feel like they're gonna go back to back. That's just the only the outcome I can see.
I feel like on paper right now, the Boston Celtics are one of the best teams top to bottom.
Yeah, for sure.
Which definitely helps in their favor in terms of having the opportunity to go back to back. It's sad seeing like LBJ, Steph Curry, all those greats get old. It's crazy.
Yeah,
But it's just how sports work.
Actually,
eventually there'll be new greats. New greats.
Yeah.
Oh, for
It's just
sure.
how
That's-
we were
keeps
saying
on
Victor
going, it's a cycle.
Wembanyama, like he's gonna be crazy.
Yeah,
you
he's
know?
from the future.
Oh
Like,
yeah,
he's like
that's my future prediction.
Yeah.
Next GOAT. You know, well, next
like,
great player.
Tim
you know?
Duncan kind of
Yeah.
Spurs lifestyle.
Yeah.
Did you guys know this? So like Matt Groening or whatever, the creator of The Simpsons, I got into like a giant loophole of just all the stuff that they've predicted.
Yeah.
And obviously, unfortunately, Kobe Bryant did pass away.
Rest in peace.
Yeah. That was predicted, eh?
Yeah.
So if you look on the monument, the
That's-
stone, and the show, it even says Kobe Bryant.
Bro, what?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know how they keep hitting
I
this.
know.
Like, just
Like
Time for
that's kind of
Yeah.
crazy to me. Like there are 15
There's so
crazy
many
things
predictions.
that they actually predicted that have become a
They even
worldwide
predicted,
thing.
like COVID-19 and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy. Anyway, going back to basketball predictions, we'll give you one more. You know, for the Raptors fans out there, I feel like again we're an awful team right now. They're in the midst of a rebuild. They are not doing very good. But you know, we traded some of our guys. We traded Siakam for 4 first-rounders. We actually did lose our first-round pick this year because of stupid non-protection in the Jacob Poeltl trade, but like it's whatever. We're improving. We've got our franchise guy in Scotty Barnes. All I'm saying is this Raptors team will be really good in the future. Like I'm predicting we're gonna 2 in 10 years, 2029 championships going to the Raptors. Scotty Barnes winning playoff MVP. That's my prediction because the Raptors, they are gonna be really good. You better watch out.
it could happen with all the retirements and like everybody just coming up. I think it could.
Scotty
happen.
Barnes locked up recently to a long-term
5-year deal,
Yep.
right?
Nice.
Yeah.
They're
And they turned around and signed Emmanuel quickly too.
Yeah, I've seen that too.
Yeah.
Like, they're gonna be a good team in a couple years. So yeah, that's my prediction.
I think we picked up Davion Mitchell from
Oh, yeah,
Sacramento.
yeah.
It'll be good. So I guess we can say every 10 years the Raptors win a championship.
Yeah.
Or should I
Hey,
say
when was the last time?
2019?
What was last year?
2019.
2019.
Oh,
5 years ago.
Everybody
I do
watched that
remember
one. Everybody watched
I
that
do
one.
remember that.
Which ties into, 2019. It was, COVID. That's in the past.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Guys, imagine if another pandemic happened.
That's where we're kind of going.
Imagine another pandemic happened. That'd be crazy.
That'd be
Yeah.
insane.
Imagine if it's called Bovid.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So now we're kind of awesome, Simon. That was a really good talk segment in terms of sports. If you want to give yourself a pat on the back, you can. No problem. There we go. Just because in our last episode I said it as like a metaphor and he actually did it.
Yeah,
So it's
actually patted.
anyways, guys, back on track. So yeah, just talking about the world in general, kind of what it looks like.
Let's talk about the world events,
Yeah, I think obviously keeping it family friendly and things like that. When I look outside right now, I see a bunch of greenery, nice scenery, things like that.
Yeah.
When I think about the future and what the world would look like, obviously accustomed from the movies, this has helped kind of draw what the future looks like for me. I just feel like there'd be no grass. There's flying cars everywhere.
It's gonna be like all.
This is gonna be all fake grass. You know that fake grass that they use in like hotels and crap?
Yeah.
Like the
Oh
golf
yeah,
course?
turf and stuff.
Dude.
Yeah.
Weird.
Yeah.
I swear it's gonna be like all.
Weird to
metal
think
and
about that. Our grandkids might not grow up with grass. Yo,
Why'd you say
what?
that?
No,
It's
I'm
true.
confused,
And like self-driving
Ow.
buses.
Oh damn.
There's just
That's-
a lot of
that's
stuff
dangerous.
that I think will definitely be changing.
What's that one movie? I think you were talking about it. Like Nate was talking about it. The one where, like the glasses, and then like on the moon, the little robot.
What?
What are you talking about?
What is it called?
Somebody pick her up quick.
Yo, I know. I have no idea what she's talking about.
Anyways, you guys know like the Lorax?
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen. Some guy's gonna like deforest the place so like we're not gonna have anything, and we're not gonna
have
all those,
any
like,
trees.
electric disco trees.
Yeah.
And we're not gonna have any of like the real trees.
Dude, we're not living in the
Yeah,
Lord.
but I feel
We're
like,
living in the Lorax.
Wait.
But it's like happening.
No,
That's
wait,
why it's
but-
like so
Give
educational.
Michaela.
no, wait, I feel like that we would have to have like trees or some type of greenery because like oxygen. Like,
Yeah. Wait. Yeah.
Like why
True,
would there be no
yeah.
trees?
No, I said
Very
we wouldn't
true.
live. We would be dead.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't say we wouldn't have any trees. I was saying we wouldn't have like
That's
any
what Nate said.
grass.
But you
That's-
can buy
Oh, yeah,
air,
true.
but you can buy air like in the Lorax. Imagine. Imagine you have to pay
why-
for air.
Bro, that's not happening. That's
Listen, you
kids
say
movie.
that now, and you think that like 50 years ago you could tell someone, oh, you can generate an essay in one click now. You just have to type
Bro, but that's
essay, and now it's there. Like
that would not. That's no.
Listen, right?
Hey, he does have a
Nobody
point.
thought anything
No,
would
he
happen,
does
and
have
now
a
it's
point.
happening.
AI is the difference than nature, bro. Like what?
Yeah, but like, what if
He
grass
has a
disappears?
point.
You know?
Yeah.
Already we're seeing like you look outside. Think about the fact that this whole building,
Look
or
outside.
even like our whole
Why did I do
civilization, was probably just like forest before
Well,
grassland,
land,
and we
yeah.
just leave it like that. Imagine if we keep on industrializing.
There's
Yeah.
I don't
always
think there's
buildings
ever gonna
going.
be trees.
There's always
I don't think there's ever
buildings.
gonna be trees again. Eventually.
Yeah, I just feel like we're
That's
taking
not
away from the
possible.
green.
We're just gonna pack more things into like the space that we have, and then we're just gonna keep expanding. And
You know what we
packing.
should do though? So like if Matt Groening, I don't know why I'm stuck on this.
Yeah, this guy keeps talking about the Simpsons.
But like if he created the
Why-
Simpsons and his prediction, I don't think they were predictions at the time. They was just a show. But
Yeah.
at the time, it was just a show, and it's become a real life thing, and he's been able to predict. So he also created Futurama.
yeah.
So Futurama, that looks very like sci-fi-ish, like into the future.
There's no way
type
we're gonna have
stuff.
aliens.
What?
It could be possible.
Bro, what?
You think, no, because like Futurama, think about that, right? If he's predicting the future, then that means we got like aliens and stuff like that. You know, we got like, yeah,
Well, if people.
yeah. Well, we got like aliens. Imagine if all the things I see like spaceships and stuff like that. Like,
What are you talking about?
It's true.
No, but like in the future, you know.
Yeah. Listen, I'm here for it. The possibilities are endless. Technology is
Yeah.
limitless.
Yeah.
Right? All we need is a little bit of time.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And to you guys listening out there, we want to know what you think. Like, what is going to be the next biggest innovation?
Let us know on our socials.
Yeah,
Yeah.
let us know. on our socials.
Follow us.
Yeah.
At
What's
BT
what's
Podcast.
the next big
Beyond Tomorrow
innovation that will
podcast,
be
BT
here?
podcast.
Yeah.
What?
What?
Next innovation?
Yeah.
I'd say
Like actually think about it. Like
I'm thinking.
like trying. You might
Actually
give yourself
think
a
about it.
headache, which is fine, but
Next big innovation?
the
Next
next
big
big
innovation?
innovation.
Something to do with AI, probably.
Well, and
I'd say
like,
something with downsizing, like portable stuff.
Oh.
I'd say we're gonna find something how to make something more portable.
Like what?
I don't know.
Hey, actually,
Just everything's gonna become more portable.
Nate says, I don't know, but have you guys seen like the portable houses? You can find them on Amazon for $12,000.
Oh, you mean those like little trailers?
Dude, they're houses. They're like pop-up shops.
No, they aren't.
Yes,
bro.
they are.
They're just trailers. You just put a trailer and live in it.
Or have you seen Tesla's like little Tesla box home thing? The Tesla home?
No,
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
This is a Tesla box home?
Yes.
Like a garage, but like
it's a little cubicle home.
I could see that being a
They're
thing,
called
though.
boxables.
Imagine just.
They're called boxables.
What?
They're called box. That's
Bro,
weird.
no, that is what?
Okay. After the episode, I will show you guys.
Boxes like Tesla boxes stacked on top of each other, like an apartment building.
That'd be pretty cool.
Dude,
Like,
that would be
just
dude.
Tesla
That's not
boxes.
cool. That's just.
And it's like a perfect square, just because of how many. It's like a 4x4. It's like a big cube of Tesla boxes.
Dude,
like people.
Well, that's like what Dubai or like Saudi Arabia was trying to do. Like the whole stretch of like a town, like in the desert, they were just launching this whole long strip, and people would live in it. There'd be shopping centers, like life in there, things like that. But they ran into a problem. I don't remember what the issue was, so they're kind of having some problems right now. But I feel like the next big innovation or anything like that would probably come out of Dubai, just because of the money aspect and things that they have access to.
It's true. Dubai's a rich city, and they've got the Burj Khalifa and like all the lights on it.
Yeah.
You seen that big what's called like the big like light sphere?
Yeah.
In like California, I think it was. California, I may be wrong.
We'll fact check later.
You know that's powered by like it's like 1.5K like NVIDIA GPUs, like the best ones out there.
Oh, the sphere in Vegas?
Yeah, the one in Vegas.
Yeah,
Oh, the Vegas sphere is sick.
Yeah.
It's powered by like 1.5K, like the strongest graphics card out there.
Yeah.
And that's just to load the images.
Yeah.
Imagine what it takes to like load the images up onto the big sphere for everybody to see.
I actually had a friend who visited Vegas, and they went to the sphere and they saw U2
sick.
perform in there, and he was absolutely blown away by just the performance and the scenery. But he actually went up, to the very top of the seating area, like picture sitting in the 500s at the Rogers Center per se. And like you said, they're all little lights powered by these crazy GPUs, but there's like a couple inches between each light, and then when you look at it like close up, it's just a bunch of little dots, but when you bring it back and look at it from afar, it's a complete image, which is something that's so cool.
Like compact together, that would take way too much processing.
Yeah.
Like imagine how much it would take to load every single one of those lights. And if you look at it from far away, it probably looks just all the same, right? Yeah, but like there's no point in really putting it all together unless you went like a really concise image, you know what I mean?
For sure. Anyways, guys, I feel like we've covered a lot. How do we feel about this episode?
Felt great.
I think that's good. I think
Got some predictions.
it's good so far. We got some predictions. You never know. In a few years, sports predictions might come true.
2027 Toronto Maple Leafs.
And life predictions might come true.
Yeah.
On that note, we're going to leave you guys with a little bit of a cliffhanger. We want you to check out our socials. What are our socials again?
At
BT Podcast.
And be sure to
see, and we'll see you on the next episode. Peace. Okay, it's like